If you're thinking about moving to Utah, it's probably because you want views like this. You want access to the outdoors, a family-friendly environment, great schools, and there is no better suburb that better captures that than Draper, Utah. The vast majority of people that I talk to wanting to relocate to Utah want to move here for really the same reasons. It's outdoor access, it's trails, hiking, close to the Wasatch Mountains. And the Salt Lake Valley in general has that, but no one has that to the degree that Draper does. So when people live here in Draper, they're literally steps away from some of the most iconic trail systems in all of Utah, not to mention really close access to the ski resorts, and you're kind of up in the mountains. So that means you're sitting oftentimes at a higher elevation, which means you're out of the inversion layer, you're really close to the mountains themselves, and that comes with views. That comes with a more outdoor feel, so you don't feel like you're really downtown Salt Lake City. You feel like you're actually living in the mountains. And yeah, even with all of that, you're only a 20-minute drive from downtown Salt Lake City. For example, we're at the Corner Canyon Park. We're talking 117 miles of open trails, perfect for hiking and biking, and over 5,000 acres of open space. And if you live in Draper, this is right in your backyard. So Draper was initially settled in like the 1850s by the early pioneers, and it wasn't officially incorporated until like the late 70s. The population back in like 2010 was around 40,000 people, and just 10 years later that exploded to over 50,000 residents as of the last census data. And man, does it continue to explode in popularity. Draper is about 30 square miles of land and is positioned right in between Salt Lake County and Utah County. So locals would call that the point of the mountain, meaning it's at the point of the Wasatch Mountain, and is actually the direct demarcation line between the two counties. What's really interesting about the real estate in Draper is you have specific communities that are unlike anything else. So for example, the Suncrest community, it's a master plan community. It has an HOA, which means it has a clubhouse, a pool, some really cool parks. It sits right at the top of Traverse Mountain, which is as far south as you can go in Draper. That has some incredible views. It's a really cool community of about 2,000 homes. We get a lot of people interested in moving into the Suncrest community. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you, the real estate in Draper is not the cheapest. If you're on a really, really strict budget, or maybe you're just trying to get into your first house and you're trying to stay in a lower price point, Draper is probably not the best fit. The median sales price here is like $900,000. And what's crazy is like 15, 20 years ago, the locals would tell you that a lot of Draper was just like farmland. There's really not much to do out here other than ride around in dirt bikes. But that has completely changed as the population has grown in Utah, as more and more people have moved here. It's really pushed the prices up. That being said, don't automatically discount yourself from being able to move into Draper. That's why working with the right real estate agent and the right team makes all the difference. We've helped plenty of people move into Draper at their price point. So if that's you, make sure to reach out to us. My contact info is in the description below. Now, if you're asking me why is Draper so popular, well, you are strategically positioned between downtown Salt Lake City and Lehi, where the Silicon Slopes are. So a lot of people that move into the area, they get jobs, you know, at some of these big tech companies in Lehi. It's conveniently located between those two major metro markets. Draper is not just a scenic location, it's a very family-oriented, close-knit community. And a big reason for that is just how much stuff there is to do with kids or with families. Right now we're at the Draper City Park. It's actually one of my wife and I's favorite park in the entire area. Draper is home to over 42 different parks, kind of scattered throughout the city. And to be honest, that's the main demographic of people who tend to want to move here. It tends to be families or young couples with kids, because there's so much to do and because it feels so community oriented. Draper is really known for community events. Every year they have Draper Days, which is a local event that they host. where they have concerts in the park, things like that. And then they also have an amphitheater nearby that does events throughout the year. The demographics of Draper are pretty interesting. About 28% of the entire population is under the age of 18, and only about 10% is over the age of 65. So it kind of tells you a little bit about who Draper tends to attract. Draper is home to about 17,000 households, and roughly 69% of that population is owner-occupied. Draper is known for two key things. One is how affluent it is. I mean, the median household income here is like $130,000 a year. That's well over the state average. And because it's so affluent, you have a lot of taxes that are pouring into the community, which leads to a really good school system. So let me go show you what I mean. Now, a backdrop like that is pretty incredible for a high school. In fact, when you pull up, this place looks like a college campus. Corner Canyon High School is a great example of why so many people want to send their kids to school in Draper. This particular high school is about 2,500 students and has a phenomenal athletic and arts program. In fact, I came here a couple years ago to watch the football team play IMG Academy, which is one of the top, premier high school programs in the entire country. We're talking all D1 athletes. And Corner Canyons actually beat them here on their home field, which was pretty cool to watch. Now, 98% of the population in Draper graduate high school, and over 50% have at least a bachelor's degree. So the public education school system here is really, really strong. This is 123rd South, kind of the main road through Draper. This is where all the commercial businesses are, all the restaurants, shopping centers, retail, all that. The reason why Draper is really attractive to working professionals is because we are very close to I-15. We also have lots of public transit around here, so the UTA front runner as well as the tracks. It's just very easy to get either further north into downtown Salt Lake or further south into Lehigh. Draper is home to over 1,000 different businesses, and you kind of think of Draper in two different sections. You have the downtown section here, and then you have all the residential homes, all the single family properties that are kind of up on the hill that we showed you earlier. Now, I love the food in Draper. You have basically every local or national food chain you could think of. You'll find it here. But some of my all-time favorite local restaurants are the 𝐂𝐓 Dining Pub and Cultivate Kitchen have some amazing food. It felt appropriate to wrap this video talking about one of the best attractions in all of Draper, which is the Loveland Aquarium. It's home to over 4,000 animals. It's a great family-friendly thing to do year-round, even in the wintertime. My family and I actually have season passes here because we come here so often. It's located right off the freeway and is one of the top attractions in the area. Hopefully by now it's pretty obvious why Draper's been the #1 most requested suburb in all of Salt Lake City. It really checks all the boxes for most people wanting to move to Utah. You've got convenient access to the outdoors, great school system, very family oriented, lots of stuff to do, but it's not for everyone. The real estate tends to be more expensive. If you have to commute to downtown, it might not be close enough to Salt Lake City, but for the vast majority of people wanting to relocate to Utah, Draper checks all the boxes. If you're not sure if Draper is the right fit for you, or you just want to learn more about the area, reach out to me. My team and I would love to help you. My contact info is below. See you in the next video.